Hi y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Margaret Cooper Nygaard. This is No Recipe Necessary, and today we're getting our jam on. Well, we've been least in sight for a little over a month thanks to technical difficulties, but we're back and it's berry season. So I went out this morning to the local orchard and I picked a bucket full of blueberries, and we're going to make some lemon blueberry sugar-free jam as requested by my darling daughter-in-law. And to do this, we're going to use no sugar or low sugar pectin. This one's made by Ball, but whichever brand you prefer, just follow it. This is the thing about making jam. It's so simple. If you peel the label back, there are recipes for just about everything. Now, of course, you know me. I can't leave well enough alone, so I have to play with this a little bit. But we've got, I've sterilized my jars, my lids, my rings are all set to go. I've got 4 cups of crushed blueberries in the pot. Here's another 4 cups. And all I've done is put them in a big pot like this and mash them with a metal measuring cup. They don't have to be completely mashed, just broken up a little bit. More of that will happen as it cooks down. All right, now I've got the zest of 2 really large lemons. Got those down in Florida last week. And then blueberries are not acidic enough, so they require bottled lemon juice. It depends on the amount that of fruit that you're cooking, how much, but your bottled lemon juice, water. You can use like white grape juice or even plain apple juice if you want, but water works just fine, and I am a firm believer in trying not to add more calories. And then the sugar-free pectin. And I'm going to just turn the heat on and give this a good stir and mash some more on the blueberries. And you want to bring this to a good rolling boil. And once it's to a boil, it has to boil vigorously for a full minute. Otherwise, the pectin will not set up and you'll end up with blueberry syrup, which is good, but not what we're going for today. In the meantime, while that's starting to heat up, I got a water bath canner starting to heat up as well. I put in enough water so that when I put the jars in, it'll cover the jars by 1 inch or 2. And we'll let them boil gently for about 10 minutes in this water bath, and then they'll cool out of the pot for 24 hours. You have jam that's going to be shelf stable for at least a year, 18 months, depending on the lids you use. All right, so this is what I'm talking about when I talk about a rolling boil. And it's a boil that will not stir down. You know, if you stir boiling water, it stops the boil because it cools it down. Well, we want it so that it does not stop boiling even when I'm stirring it, but I'm stirring it to keep it from sticking to the bottom. Anyway, so a full minute like this. And Jim reminded me, I forgot to tell you. Now, one thing that most jam recipes tell you can do, and I totally do because it's cheating, but I appreciate having to do less work, and that is I put a pat of butter in here, and that cuts down on the foam. And otherwise I'd have to sit here and skim foam off, and it's kind of gross. Another 30 seconds, and we'll be ready to jar our jam. Now I use the lemon zest in this jam because the lemon juice that you put in there isn't really going to add to the flavor. It just is adding acidity to it. The lemon zest gives you that flavor, and it's a combination I particularly like together, lemon and blueberry. So that's that. We're ready to spoon it into jars. So I use these little, I don't even know what size they are. They're not half pints, they're half a pint. They're 4 ounces, roughly, is what they'll hold. And you want to fill them to about 1/2 inch from the top. Now what's left in here I will put in the refrigerator, and we'll use more quickly. It won't be canned for the year, but it'll be good for eating, putting on for pancakes. And now what you need to do is make sure that the rim is completely clear. So I've just got some clean water here and a paper towel, and I'm wiping off the rim thoroughly, because anything that's on this rim is going to keep it from sealing. Two of them here. So that goes on flat, and then you just finger tighten the ring around the outside. You don't want to screw it down too tight, because again, that'll pop the seal and keep it from sealing down tight. All right, so we'll get these ready, and then by the time these are ready, all done, the water should be at a gentle boil, and we'll pop them into the canning. So my standard water bath canner was not behaving itself for some reason. This burner did not seem to like it today. So I've just moved over to a regular stock pot, and I put a rack in the bottom of it because you don't want the jars to sit directly on the bottom. Gentle boil, inch or two of water over top. And that's about as crowded as you want it to be in there. And now we're going to let them gently boil for about 10 minutes. And then we'll pull those and put the rest of them in. In the meantime, I'm making dinner. All right, so they boiled for 10 minutes. I let them rest for 5. Now I'm pulling them out. And they need to sit undisturbed for 24 hours to make sure that the seal is set. So I just fold a towel, put them on top of that, and let them sit undisturbed on the counter, just back from the edge. And that sound means one of them just sealed. They pop when the vacuum sucks down. You hear this popping noise, and you bring your finger across it, and it's dented in. You see, this one is sitting up. This one is dented in. That one's sitting up. So those had not sealed yet, but this one just sealed. And they'll do that over the next hour. They'll suck down, some of them faster than others, but that'll be that, and it'll be jam. It's been 24 hours, and I beg your patience with me today, but I'm being my own videographer, so it may not be the smoothest deal, but so it's been 24 hours, and over there you can see I've got all my little jars of jam ready to label and store, but you know, you got to taste test it, and this is what I put in the fridge. So I whipped up some vanilla scones. Let's see how it tastes. You can see that it is very fruity, and yeah. Oh, that's good. It does not have the sweetness of a sugar jam. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than this. It's just basically concentrated fruit flavors. Anyway, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you have any suggestions, stuff you'd like me to see me make, let me know in the comments and we'll get right on it. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.